How we doing today, guys? This is Leo. Yesterday I posted a video of the ceiling that we taped out. As you can see today, you see it? It's all clean. There's no edges on the taping. Still a little damp. It's real humid right now. That's why I'm not really pushing hard in this house. But I want the corners cleaned, real nice. You see, so when I make my three ways, when I finish my angles, it's gonna be nice and neat. As you can see, there's the rest of the ceiling. Now I have a bunch of corner beads to do in here. And today, this is what we're doing. Now this one here, I'm gonna have to trim the side of the bead to go down that. I cut all my beads first, typically. I've only got 4 left, so I don't have enough to do all the beads over there. But I did these doorways here this morning, right as you can see. I'm gonna rehang this piece over top of this old plaster. It's kind of falling apart, as you can see. So I'm gonna make a nice sharp line up there. I'll fill that in with Durabond. These ceilings are getting level 5'd. And I did a couple wrap doorways here this morning with these trimtex mudset beads. That's what I love to use. They have a nice sharp corner. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show this video on putting this corner on right here. And I'm gonna put this one on right here. Now this is 8.5 foot ceilings, maybe a little less. And I've already pre-cut my corner beads for them. I'm gonna have my man, Tyler, film this for me. He spotted all the screws this morning on the sidewalls. He's 13 years old. And we're getting him on a little bit of a knife so he can, I don't know, maybe we have some future good finishers. Anyway, I'm gonna give this phone to Tyler. Here's Tyler, say hi, Tyler.
Hey guys.
And yeah, he's gonna go ahead and show this. Let me go grab my pan and knife. And I'll be right back. All right, so you can put these beads on with a hopper. A lot of people do. I just prefer to do it by hand. I'll cut them all and then I'll come through. And all I'm doing is I'm taking a full blade of mud like that on the knife. And I'm just gonna slide it as if I was spotting 10 screws at a time. You don't want dry spots like that. That right there, the bead won't adhere. Now it can be a little sloppy. This is taping mud. I mix my mud a little bit thicker for beads typically. But all I'm doing is sliding the blade up as high as I can get it. Now for me, I can reach 8 foot ceilings. A lot of guys are gonna kick a bucket around and put them on. But you know, this doesn't take too long. When you get really fast at it, I'm not going full speed because I'm trying to show you guys. But again, you can see how loose the mud is because we just finished taping all of our flats, flats, angles. Everybody has a different system. I do all my butt joints first in the room, then I'll come back through and tape my flats, and then I'll finish off with my angles, spot my screws, and then put all the corner beads on. So you want to make sure you get a little bit of mud there in the middle so it hangs out over the edge a little bit. It helps adhere the bead. I'm using an all-purpose USG green lid mud. And you want to make sure you get a good bit on. Now it looks sloppy, but you'll see when I wipe it comes out real clean. Now with a hopper, it puts a good layer of mud on the back of the beads, but I find it to be pretty sloppy. When you're running it through a hopper, you're pulling it through, you get mud on the floor. Yes, you can put it on a piece of drywall, such like that, but I put the bead on and I push it, and I want to push it at a 45-degree angle. I don't want edges. I don't want this thing to pop at all. So I want to make sure it's good and secure. It only takes a second or two. And when this thing dries, it'll basically pull the paper right off the drywall. Now, in the last 5 years that I've been using this product, I've only had one issue with one house where I guess there was a lot of moisture either in the drywall or the framing of the house. It was a 2x6 wall, and it seemed to shrink up a lot. Now, as you see, I'm wiping this. I'm angling my knife outwards because I want to keep the mud off on the outside corner. I don't want any mud on there because when I come back to second coat it, I basically just want to go up and down and finish it. And that's it. I don't want slop all over the place. So I put a slight angle. I hold my knife almost straight out. I'm not pushing too hard, just enough to get it to adhere. If you have any little goobers like that, you know, wipe it again. And it keeps it nice and clean. Now you see, this was 2 beads, I don't know, maybe a 4 or 5 minute video. I did a little walkthrough. But if I was steady on it, I'd do 2 or 3 at a time. Now another thing I do right before I'm done is I'll check them. And if they need, if you can look down the blade, you see how much mud it needs for the second coat? Now, I can't get it any flatter than that. I can push as hard as I want. But that's okay, it doesn't take much mud. Any little goobers, try to keep them clean. So your next coat, basically, you know, you come on, now I would do this with a 10-inch knife. I come on and I just run it. And then I come down like this, cut the edge, and fill it up. Now some people like to do this right here before they even go on to their second coat. Me, I lay my second coat on pretty thick. And then I check them. You've seen my previous videos where I'm running corner beads. And I'll check them to make sure they're flat. I don't find this step necessary. But to each their own. Anyway, you guys have a good day. That's a little corner bead video. Just putting a couple beads on real quick. And hopefully you like it. And we'll see you on the next one.